De Bruyne's corner. Holland! Goal! It's Mo Salah! It's Mo Salah! Absolutely sensational!
And we're live. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody that is tuned into this deadline stream. It's Friday, Gameweek 35, 4 more game weeks to go. How are we doing? Not many more deadline streams to go, and then that's it for the season. Are we going to miss FPL, or are you guys looking forward to the season being over at last and doing something else with your spare time? How are we feeling about FPL's end in, well, this month, isn't it, actually? It's what, 3 and a bit weeks till the end of the season. How's everyone feeling about FPL ending? Maybe we'll do a poll on that. How are you feeling about the season ending in a few game weeks? Can't wait. Indifferent. Oh wait, can't wait for it to end. I'm gonna miss it. Those are the two options. Let's see what the sentiment is. I mean, there's plenty of you still tuning into the stream, so some of you must still be looking forward to FPL every weekend. It's something to look forward to. We've got 4 straight days of FPL this game week, because we've got tonight's game. We've got tomorrow, Sunday, and then we've got 2 games on Monday, because it's a bank holiday in the UK. Which I didn't realise until they said on the FPL show today. The perks of working for yourself, I suppose. I lose track of bank holidays. I end up working bank holidays anyway. Whereas when I used to work an office job, I used to know all the public holidays months in advance. But yeah, before we get properly stuck into the stream, I was on the FPL show this morning for the first time this season, which is always awesome. So thank you everyone that's watched my videos and streams throughout the season, because obviously I started from nowhere with no viewers, and now I get invited on the FPL show and TV and get to talk about FPL, which is just something I love and always played anyway. So yeah, it was a good final show. I did it with Praz and Kelly, so good times. So thank you everyone. Been a few highlights this season. Meeting Shearer, definitely one of the highlights. I mean, just crazy. Sometimes I have to pinch myself that this is where I am. Or I get to do something so privileged for a living. So yeah, absolutely amazing. So thank you all for that. FPL Napsters, great to see you on the FPL show. Welcome everyone to the stream. We've got Saifu's here. We've got Ren's here. Jarvis, Mr. What's Up. We've got United Nick, Danny Baker, FPL Nap, Fishbone, Sean's here. We've got User. We've got Owen. We've got Danny, Samir, Turbo, Flixie, Hugh, Danny, Frankie, FPL Down Under, Razan. Good to see you all. Razan, it says long question. I don't know if you noticed, but I've drawn you in the FPL in the Focal League Cup. It's like the only cup I'm still in. Is anyone else still in any cups? The only one is literally... Where is it? Oh, did you knock me out? FPL Focal. Oh, did you knock me out last game week? That was like the only cup I was still hanging on to. The Focal League. Oh, did you? I don't know. Where did I see it? Oh, you might have knocked me out. I forgot which cup it was, but it was you, Razan, because I remember seeing you and I was like, oh, it's Razan. Yeah, I'm not sure where it's gone. It might have been... Anyway, one of the Focal Leagues. Anyway, it looks like you knocked me out, so yeah, that's it. I'm out of the cups. Anyway, yeah, welcome all to the stream. You knocked me out. You did. Bastard. Fair enough. Never mind. All I'm hanging on to now is hopefully the top 10k finish, but it's going to be hard. How's everyone doing rank-wise then after the last game week? And what's the target for end of the season? Current rank and end of season target. Where's everyone at? Best players for Leeds this week, Focal. I guess Calvert-Lewin's got to be number one, which pains me to say because I don't have him. Torb says, I fucking love DCL. I don't even have DCL, so I'm actually pretty frightened of tonight's game. I'm just going to have to pray that Thiago can match him in a nutshell. But other players, I really like Stack. He's like 4.8k. Sorry, 4.8 mil. He's back. He'll probably get 90. Take some free kicks, set pieces. He got a chance of DEFCON. So Stack's nice, and obviously there's a few defenders like Struijk, Darlow, Bogle. There's a few options there. Okafor I would avoid just because he's a doubt now. He might be fine, he might make it. I saw Beals in training, so I think he's got a chance. So I've moved him up to first on the bench based on that. He's not ruled out, Zin. Or Zinam. He's not ruled out, but I wouldn't buy him. You're 79k, hoping for top 60k. I would aim higher. You can go top 50k from 79k this week. I mean, you could do that with one good week. One good week this week could take you there. You're currently 4.2k, aiming for top 1k. Amazing, amazing, amazing. You go for top 100k, 131k, and the goal is 100k. Yeah, nice. Danny says he's 3,007th in the world. Best rank ever so far. Very nice, Danny. Well done, mate. Stevie Boy says, any chance of a wildcard 35, bench boost 36 draft if you have time? I've got the one from the experts video because I thought I might get questions on that. So I've got that in advance. I think his plan, yeah, I'm pretty sure his plan was to use it. Yeah, he was wildcarding this week and he was bench boosting next. So that was his draft from the experts video. I did make one earlier for Tim. I don't know if Tim's here, but he was asking how I'd line up if I was doing it myself, and it was really similar. I could just probably show you what it would look like if I was going to wildcard this week and bench boost next. So like, what's the best team for the run-in? And obviously if you're not bench boosting but you are wildcarding, then you can shave a lot of money off. But yeah, it was like triple City, triple Palace. So I had Munoz. I can't see chat right now, but I'm imagining people are saying like triple Palace. Are you mad? But I genuinely would, just because of the attackers. Like, which Palace attackers would you go? I had Gabriel. It was triple Arsenal defense as well. He's also trying to make up like 20 points in his mini league to win it, and he's got the bench boost, so it's a little bit aggressive in some parts. Triple Arsenal, triple Palace defense, but I honestly don't mind it. I think it's fine. What else was different? It was Cherky instead of Semenyo. It was Wilson. Obviously, you bench Wilson this week. You bench the Palace triple up. And I did have Stack in there. You play him for tonight's game. Stack's awesome. And then it was, I kept Haaland and Thiago, and I had Welbeck. Again, because in game week, so they don't have the midweek games anymore, Brighton. So I think he's great. And he's got Wolves home in 36. So that was the team. It's got 1.3 mil in the bank as well. So actually, yeah, you might be able to find you can do even more with that. Anyway, what does everyone think of the draft? Let me flick back over to chat. Palmer, what a stupid pick. Thank you. I mean, like I said, if I was wildcarding, I wouldn't have him. But yeah, not looking great having him. Yeah, Justin's great. Goodmanson's out, so Justin's safe. Definitely. Chris says, Okafor, Okafor, Okafor. What was it last week you said, Chris? Were you asking about captaining him or something? Did you do it? I'm guessing you had him. I can't remember what you said last week. I'm pretty sure you're asking about captaining him. I'm pretty sure I said don't do it. So hopefully he did. And that shows that I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. Anyway, that was the wildcard draft. If you're bench boosting in 36. So if you're not bench boosting in 36, then I don't know what would actually change. Because it's already got 1.3 mil in the bank. Maybe you'd just go like... Yeah, I don't know. Like, Welbeck to Gw leaves enough... I don't even know what to do here, actually, differently. But anyway, that was the gist of the wildcard team. So if I was using it this week, that's how I'd line up. I've used my wildcard already. I'm all out of chips. So the poll question was, how are you feeling about the season ending in a few game weeks? 43% can't wait for it to end. 57% I'm going to miss it. So pretty split. Pretty split. I think I currently sit in the can't wait for it to end. Just because I've got so much great stuff going on this summer, and so I don't know. I'm not complaining at all, by the way, because it's absolutely like a dream to do FPL. But I get to a point where it's like you talk about it for 8-9 months, and it's like, you know, like when you're in school for that long, you start school in like August and you finish in May. It's just by the end of it, you're like, oh my god, I'm so done with this. It's sort of like that. Most boring template, I think, in the history of FPL says Fantasy Beef Noodle. There has been a little bit of a template at times, but I think there's recency bias, because obviously the free hit template, the wildcard template, but early this season it was much more wide open at times, for sure. But recently, yeah, it's been a bit more templatey. So basically like a job. Yeah, I suppose so. I'm not complaining, though. What I will say is I'm not doing the World Cup fantasy. But it can be a lot of fun, and I don't think it's... I don't mind if anyone wants to play it. Like, I think people will be doing content, but yeah, I won't be doing World Cup fantasy personally. Anyway, we'll end that. I wanted to ask you all about the Palace double game week. How many Palace players will you own for double game week 36? Not 1, 2, or 3. So get your voting on that. Oh, Jeffrey, thanks very much for becoming a member. Appreciate you. Thanks for the support, Jeffrey. JH says, what's your plan this game week? Also, can you help me with the below? Bench 2 out of Van Heck, Senesi, Stroik. I'd bench Van Heck and Senesi because Stroik's got the best clean sheet odds. Bench 1 out of Rice, Lefay, Zoboslai, Bruno. And Bruno. Oh, hasn't Lefay got Wolves? This feels wrong to bench him. I think it... Who have Liverpool got? What's the Liverpool fixture? Man United. I'd probably bench Rice or Zoboslai. I'd probably go Rice. I guess with Salah out, Zoboslai's definitely on pens as well. I would go Rice out of those. But Hansen says, best keeper on a wildcard together with Raya for the bench boost 37. Why not 36? I would go Henderson, Raya, and bench boost in 36. But if you wanted to go 37... So the best clean sheet odds in 37, so Arsenal and then Everton. If you've got loads of money, Pickford. We're at a point in the season where it doesn't matter to spend loads of money on stuff like 2 keepers. You know, if this was game week 1, I would not be starting the season with Ryan Pickford, obviously. But we're in the final 4 game weeks, so it matters a lot less. Because you're not going to make a transfer to then sell a keeper again. So, yeah, Pickford. But if you're tight on money, then you could go to Leno. What's he, like 4.9 with Wolves? Taking a tisk, thanks for 45 months. He says, bench 1 out of Van Dijk and Zobo. Good luck, everyone. I would bench Van Dijk, definitely. Could be a both teams score type game. But yeah, Szoboszlai, he'll be on pens, I expect, with Salah out. Takes corners, takes free kicks. Just lots of routes to points. I would start him. And Duncan, thank you very much as well. Appreciate you. Thank you to Duncan. And thanks again, Jeffrey, for becoming members. Thank you both. Appreciate your support. Hope you're both well. Annihilism says, should I go 4-4-2? It's Gabriel, Riley, Struijk, Senesi, Semenya, Palmer, Tesno, Bruno. So you're leaving Welbeck and Van... Yeah, 4-4-2 makes sense, Annihilism. I would line up exactly the same as you. Yeah, and Welbeck ahead of Van Heck on the bench. Bellman says, hi Oscar in chat. Should I roll without any Arsenal defenders or -4 to get Gabriel? Good luck all this game week. Nah, I wouldn't take a -4 for Gabriel. Obviously, there's a chance you get it back, but I would just do it next week for free rather than a -4 this week. Yeah. Here will Senesi in the squad or both? I think... I swear Hill's been hitting DEFCON more often recently than Senesi, but I would start Senesi still. I think Senesi's underlying numbers a bit better offensively, so I would start Senesi. You can start both though, that's fine. The dog needs his own FPL team next year. I'll have to convince him. I've thought about doing it before as a joke, like an ironic dog team, but like, what if someone reported me and then FPL banned my account for having 2 accounts? So, probably not what. Same reason, by the way, that I'd love to do a community team. It would just be such a cool little thing. It'd be a great series on the channel to do a community team where every week you guys collectively just vote on a poll, super quick, which transfer to make or whether to roll, whether to use a chip. Boom, easy. But then it's against the rules to have 2 teams, technically speaking. And I know like 99.9% of you watching right now, maybe even 100% of you watching wouldn't report me, but someone out there would clock onto it and they'll drop an email to FPL and say, did you know FPL Focal's got 2 teams? And then I don't want to just throw away my season or the channel by getting banned. Never seen FPL Focal and Calvin Harris in the same room. Right, where do we get to here? Bench 1. So David says bench 1 out of Palmer, João Pedro, Tavernier, or Senesi. Oh, that's tricky. Probably... just João Pedro's got more upside, even though Chelsea have been crap. So I think I would start the 3 attackers and bench Senesi. Really close between João. It's João Pedro or Senesi. I wouldn't bench Palmer or Tav. Probably bench Senesi there. Harsh says he's got Darlow, Van Dijk, Gabriel, Riley. Should I bench boost and roll or use my free transfer? So he benches Kelleher, Anderson, Wilson, Watkins. Can you not wait until 36, or is your bench worse? Because Wilson's got Arsenal, whereas next week Wilson's got Bournemouth home, I think. I think Watkins has got Burnley. I can't remember who Brentford have got. They've got City. Yeah. It's hard to work it out in my head what the rest of your squad would look like in terms of the bench in 36, but who would drop? So you got Thiago, yeah, but then Thiago drops to the bench. What about 37? I think I'd get out of the way. Yeah, I think I'd use it now if I were you. Like Watkins, Keller, Anderson are fine. It's just Wilson. No, I'd go for it, Harsh. I don't think I wouldn't sell Wilson either because he's great for the final 3. I would roll. Yeah, I would roll. Team looks good. Yeah, go for it. Georgie says, start João Pedro or Cucurella. You've got Palmer captain. I would start João Pedro over Cucurella myself. I always lean towards the attacker when it's close. So, yeah, João Pedro. How are we doing, Logicals? Welcome all to the stream, anyone that's joining just now. Thank you for being here. Sorry, yeah, a little bit behind on the super chats. Bear with. Did Jeffrey say I missed one? I didn't see it. Where's Jeffrey's? Oh. Sorry. Jeffrey said, I'm wondering who are the two you'd start between Tavernier, Hill, Palmer and Van Heck. I would go Palmer and Tavernier. Yeah, go with the attackers, Jeffrey. I mean, Bournemouth are playing Palace home, and Palace are in between the two Europa legs, so quite a nice fixture for Bournemouth, this one. Definitely play Tav. I'm struggling with this game, says Husker. Headache here. He's more or less the same team. He's got Justin Gabriel and DCL instead of Droik, Beal, Thiago. 4 free transfers, 1.4 mil. Not sure what to do. Teach me, master, he says. Well, if it's similar, I would roll. You'll be in such a good position next week with 5, because you can decide, you know, which Palace players to bring in. Maybe you want to buy like Lacroix, Munoz. Maybe you want to, you know, move Palmer onto someone else to free up money. There's just so many options next week. You know, Villa have got Burnley. Maybe you want to bring in like Rodgers or Watkins. I would roll for sure. Sounds like your team's really well set up this week, so roll. Do I keep Balmahua? Sorry, I keep missing it. Start any Brighton players. Start Semenyo, Senesi. You've got João Pedro and Powell. Who's Powell? So start any Brighton players, Senesi or Semenyo. I would go Semenyo over Senesi. I'll start João Pedro as well. Brighton players I would avoid starting if you can help it. I know Newcastle aren't great, but I would avoid playing Brighton players myself, yeah. Trying to work out who Powell is, but bit all over the place here. Hang on. So Callum says Hill or Justin. Sorry, Callum. Hill or Justin. I played Justin. Yeah, better clean sheet odds. These are the clean sheet odds for this game week. I mean, Bournemouth aren't bad to be fair, but you're getting 10% better with Leeds this game week. Annihilism says I will roll today and get 3 free transfers next game week. I already have Gabriel. Should I opt for Raya Saliba or go for Munoz and Lacroix instead? Yeah, so rolling. Yep. Already have Gabriel. So if you're rolling, you're going to have 4 free transfers. I think you've got room to add at least 1, maybe 2 Palace defenders. And then you can move 1 or 2 on to Arsenal players in 37. Because in 37, Arsenal have got Burnley home. So that's obviously a fixture to target. And then they've got Palace in 38. And again, if Palace make the Europa Conference League final, that's, I think it's a few days after Game Week 38. So again, that's going to be such a good fixture for Arsenal. So I would say Munoz and Lacroix. But you can decide next week anyway. Losing track of chat here. Right, I think I'm back in order here. Yeah, it's Chris. So Chris said he's going to captain Okafor again tonight. I hope he's fit. I mean, that seems a bit risky when he's literally a doubt for the game, but I hope it pays off again. Maybe double check on the Leeds website if he was photograph training, because Beal was, but I actually have no idea if Okafor was also photograph training. If he wasn't, I don't know if I'd risk that, but maybe he won't even be in the squad at all. How are we doing, British? Did you not consider Gabriel this week? I did. It's just like Hill's got Palace home, Strike's got Burnley. It's like who would I sell? Who would I bench? So I'm going to roll, and then that'll get me 2 transfers, and then I'll decide next week what to do. I might still buy Gabriel, but I'll do it then instead. It doesn't feel like a pressing move this week. Barat says bench 1 out of João Pedro, Enzo, Semenyo or Tavernier. Out of those 4, I would just about lean at Enzo. I'll start João Pedro, Semenyo, Tavernier. I'm seeing Semenyo on some benches. Oh, Okafor posted on Instagram. Interesting. Sorry, Vida. I'm just a bit behind on super chat, so I would recommend everyone like doesn't do super chats because I'm struggling to keep up here. So yeah, that's what I would do between those four, and then T Salama, sorry, says bench one out of Hill, Struijk, Tavernier. If Darlow's already in goal for Leeds cover. I would say bench Hill. I would go double defence. You got to back the clean sheet odds ultimately. Like, whatever happens, Struijk is projected to do better than Hill. Like the clean sheet odds aren't even close. So, yeah, if I was in that situation, I would go double defence. But I mean, you're getting about 10% extra clean sheet chance. I guess the DEFCON's slightly better with Hill, so they both got their merits. But I would go Struijk. Because we're talking about 10% difference, like I don't mind if you just want to hedge, so you've got some investment in the Bournemouth defence. Is anyone else doing that? Is anyone in a situation where they could go double Leeds defence or could go double Bournemouth defence, but instead they're hedging with one of each? Because I'm imagining Bournemouth defence is going to be something crazy like 100% effective ownership. Best wildcard team. This is the one I made just now as a rough draft if anyone's wildcarding this week. That's the one I just put together. This is for a bench boost next week, ideally, but you don't have to. Like, Thiago's got City, so you don't have to, I suppose. Goran says, I need to chase. On the bench boost, Wilson out for Rodgers, Gibbs, White, Okafor from -4. Or if not, who's the best punt midfielder for the end of the season? If you really want to sell Wilson, I'd say, what are the options that you can afford? Have you got Tavernier? Goran? Tavernier, I'd say, is probably the best one you can afford. I think Stack is quite promising with Burnley home, and he's playing tonight. If you haven't got Tavernier, I'd say he's the one. Is your bench worse than 36 though? Because that's when Wilson's got a better fixture. But it depends on the rest of your team, obviously. Yeah, Rodgers. Has he got Tottenham, right? I don't know if I'd do it for a -4. But if you really need to chase, I understand it. I wouldn't go Gibbs White. I wouldn't go Okafor. I would go Rodgers, because Rodgers is good after this week as well, if you can afford that in one, yeah. Go Rodgers. Amazing Story says Darlow and Hill or Darlow Justin. Yeah, again, I would go Darlow Justin, because you're getting the better clean sheet odds. In a nutshell. However, it also depends like where we are at this point in the season, because some people understandably, and I guess I'm doing this a little bit, playing a little bit defensively where possible. Like, I'm definitely going to buy Gabriel Gameweek 36 at the latest. Because I can't go without someone so highly owned. And the Arsenal defence in general so highly owned. So you could play Darlow and Hill just to hedge a bit. Even though it gives you slightly worse clean sheet odds. Bournemouth have still got a fair chance. So basically make a call based on that. The bigger upside move is obviously to go double defence. Like, if I was more confident on Beal, it'd be tempting to play him over Hill. But again, I think that the correct defensive move is to play Hill. But if I was really chasing and I knew Beal was definitely starting, triple defence again. Momo's Sissoko says, wildcard 35, triple captain 36, bench boost 37. Okay. 3 free transfers, Stack, Welbeck, Ryan, Struijk, or gross DCL, Darlow, Saliba. Triple Palace on wildcard 36. Yeah. Wildcard. For Gameweek 36. You got Bruno G as the 4th mid, and then Arsenal attacker. Yeah, I like Bruno G to an Arsenal attacker. Maybe Eze. Stack, Welbeck, Rise, Struijk, gross DCL, Darlow, Saliba. So Who have Brighton got in 30? So he bench boost in 37, so Leeds away. It's really close, actually. It's hard to say which is better, especially when we're talking about 4 players. Like, both have got an Arsenal defender, both have got Leeds, so stack Welbeck or Gross DCL in a nutshell. Probably Gross DCL combination. Gross DCL, Darlow, Saliba. Yeah, go with that one. Kyle says Bruno G or Tavernier. I would go Tavernier, Kyle. Both are good, but I like Tav. Great fixture this week. You could use him in other upcoming weeks. He's got the pens. I think he takes corners on one side, sometimes the free kicks. So I just think Tav's a really nice rounded player. His underlying data recently has been so good as well. Like 1.66 XGI against Newcastle. 1.47 XGI against Brentford. Vidat, sorry, so finally getting to it. Already had Gabriel on your team with 1.7 mil on the bank. You went from Chow to Saliba this week. And now you're thinking, should have gone from Keller to Raya instead. Chow to Saliba, okay. Keller to Raya. I don't think it's a big difference. Both are fine. Are there any weeks you'd use Keller? I guess this week and 37. No, I think it's okay. It's one of those, much of muchness. Really could go either way. Like last game week, Raya got 10, but there's been plenty of games where Saliba gets DEFCON and bonus. So, yeah, no, I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't sweat on that. Both are fine. Agok says, similar teams to you, 5 free transfers. Already got Gabriel, Thiago. Who do I bring in to not burn the transfer? How about Semenyo to Cherki? Yeah, I think it'd have to be. If you've got basically the same team and you've got 5 transfers, then I think Semenyo to Cherki. And that frees up money to do all sorts in 36. Like you say, to bring in 2, maybe 3 Palace players and then move them back out for Arsenal ones in 37, or even a bit of both in 36. Yeah, I think you got it right there. Go Cherki. JH says bench 1 out of Rice, Lafay, Zabozlai, Bruno, Fernandez and Wilson. Did I do this one already? I think I did. I said Rice. Just because Salah's out, so Zabozlai's got pens, free kicks and corners. Ewan Barry says they've got the same team, but Gabriel instead of Beal, Senesi over Hill, DC over Thiago. Who to bench? So Gabriel over Beal. So you've got, okay. So I would go Gabriel. God, he must have loads of team value. Oh, but then DCL. So I'd go Gabriel over Hill. And go double least defence. Again, unless you want to just hedge and keep some coverage on Bournemouth defence, if you want to play defensive, like if you're happy with your rank or you're defending a mini league, then that's perfectly fine to go one of each, if that makes sense. So you'd go like Darlow in goal and Hill in defence if you want to hedge. If you're looking for the upside, you definitely play Struijk instead, plus Gabriel and O'Reilly. Annihilism, thanks for the message, retracted super chat. Well, Stoney as well, with the 27 months, says, would you buy Gabriel if you had more than 1 free transfer? I think I'd only do it if I had like 3 or more. Otherwise, no. It is a little bit of an upgrade this week, but it's not. Famous last words, like Gabriel probably score now or something and get a 15-pointer, but Hill's got Palace home. I don't mind that. And that game is between Palace's 2 Europa legs. You know, Struijk's got Burnley home. O'Reilly's got Everton, so it's like I don't feel comfortable buying Gabriel to bench Semenyo or João Pedro. It just doesn't really sit well with me. It just, do you know what I mean? It feels like one of those that could horribly backfire. Like I know Chelsea's been out of form. Semenyo's not done much late, but things can change so fast in FPL. Like right now, Cherki's the one to have. But for all we know, Semenyo could start this one, bag a brace, Cherki blanks, and then it's like, oh, is Semenyo the best City mid? That's how quickly things change in FPL. So, yeah, it doesn't sit right with me to do it this week, unless I had like 3 or more maybe, then I'd consider it. And I'd be and then I'd be selling. I guess I'd be selling Hill then. Cosmin says, what do you think of DCL captain? I think he's probably maybe third best captain this week. So I personally wouldn't. I don't mind it, but I personally would rather Bruno or Haaland. Let's do a captain poll. So just to check the results, how many Palace players we own for double game week 36? 28% none. That's interesting. 29% 1, 25% 2, 18% 3. So that's really spread. Captain poll then. I'll put DCL on there. And other. As usual, so just put the other in the chat. Right. So iDoc says start 2 up. Cunha, Beal, Tavernier, Hill, Senesi. Cunha's still a doubt, so I would avoid him. And Beal is also flagged, although he was spotted training, so that's promising. But I would just go Tavernier and Senesi. Tavernier, Senesi. And in terms of bench order, Hill, Beal, Cunha, I suppose. This is Dave says, hi Oscar, my defence is Senesi, Struijk, O'Reilly. Bench is Hill, Van Heck. One transfer. Thinking about going Vat, Gabriel, save. Yeah, I agree, Dave. That's my plan this week. Semenyo bench and rumours. I mean, Pep won't have even decided the team this early, so like it's got to be bullshit. It could happen, but like Pep's not going to have decided the game before 5 PM. Do they play tomorrow or is it Sunday? They play on Monday. It's just like, yeah, it's just, no, there's no way. Pep doesn't decide a team 3 days before the game. You'd expect, like, given they're winning games, Pep probably, if anything, won't be rotating much in games right now. There's no margin for error. Sohan says, hi Oscar, plan for the bench boost, but you got Beal, 1 free transfer or roll. I think I would chance it, Sohan. The reason being, Goodmanson's out, and Beal was spotted training, so I think those two things, in theory, are good news for Beal, assuming he's fit enough to start, because then that means the back line probably would be Justin, Beal, Rodom. Who's the other centre back I'm forgetting? Struijk and Bogle. Like it's just if Bornau comes in. But I wouldn't spend a transfer on it. I would just chance it. That transfer could be worth a lot more later. So yeah, unfortunately, it's one of those. I think you just gotta chance it. That's what I would do. Given it's a great fixture as well. You know, it's not like you've got Beal and he's got, I don't know, Liverpool away or something. Then I'd be like, yeah, definitely sell. It's one of those you're just going to unfortunately have to chance it, and you'll know tonight whether that was a good decision or not. Sindra, thank you for the 25 months. Struijk, Hill, Semenyo. Which two to start? Struijk and Semenyo. Lucas says, keeping Pedro. Best differentials this week. Big up Focal. Best differentials this week. I guess Rogers is quite low owned, isn't he? Keith says, what's your transfer plans, lad? I'm going to roll this week, Keith. And then decide what to spend them on in 36. Maybe Palace, maybe Arsenal. That's where I'm looking. Maybe Wilson. Differentials. Like if you've got something like double lease defense, that in itself is differential. Any differential shout, guys? I'm drawing a blank outside of Rogers, double lease defense. There's someone really obvious I'm forgetting that we talked about on the FPL show. Who was it? I think Welbeck next week is a nice one. No, I wouldn't risk Okafor. Maybe Eze, yeah. Wilson obviously is next week, not this week. 36 has got some really good differentials. Again, like double Palace defense, amazing differential. I know it's not the best double, but it's still a big differential when they've got a double. And you've got like Welbeck, who's got Wolves home. So I think 36 is more of a differential week. Regan says, bench dilemmas, Hill or Senesi, Pedro or Enzo. I'd start Senesi and João Pedro, but yeah, both of those are a bit of a coin toss. Mark says, my locked team is Darlow, O'Reilly, Hill, Gabriel, Palmer, Semenyo, Bruno, Tav, Holland, DCL, João Pedro. So your benches for Verbruggen, Van Heck, Gummerson, Hinchelwood, and how to get some Palace next week. You've got 2 free transfers, so you roll into 3. Okay. I'd probably put Hinchelwood. No, I think that's fine. I think I'm over to put Hinchelwood ahead of Van Heck, but I think that's okay as it is. So in terms of Palace, one way you could do it, and I'm still deciding on this myself, is you can move Palmer down to someone cheaper. You know, it could be like a Saka, if his minutes are much better this week, or it could be a Wilson, because Fulham have got Bournemouth home, Wolves away, Newcastle home. Pretty good final 3 games. And that gives you all the money you need to do, you know, Gudmundsson to Munoz. It could be Hill to Lacroix, double defence, something like that. So, yeah, perhaps something like that using 3 moves in 36. But you might be fine with just the 1, to be honest, because you might want to add another Arsenal player in 37. Yeah, let's say Timber's back. Timber in 37 with Burnley home and then Palace away is such a strong final 2 games. Or failing that, Saliba. But yeah, hopefully that helps for some inspiration how to fund it. Palmer might be the cash cow there. I guess Semenyo to Cherki is also an option depending on how this game week goes. Crabman says start Senesi / Tavernier or start Hill Senesi. I would start Tavernier and I'd start Senesi. Akshat, start 2 out of Hill, Senesi, Tav and Gross, all the best. I would start Tav and Senesi out of those. Thanks for the super chat. Patrick has said he's winning 3 of his leagues, but by 1 or 2 points. He's on a bench boost. Is it worth a -4? Bowen to Haaland. Bowen to Haaland and Bumo to Stack. You don't have Haaland? For a -4 though. I'd probably do it next week for free. No Haaland. I think Mbumo should be safe, and he's got a home game. Oh, it's really close, that one. I don't think I'd do it for a -4. I'll do it for free, not for a hit, Patrick. Yeah, I don't think I'd do that for a -4. Oh, Akshat with the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you very much, Akshat. Appreciate you. Welcome to the 10 new members. Thank you for your support. Appreciate you, mate. Simon says, torn on his wild card. He's got Rogers, Gross, Tavernier, Welbeck, or Rice, Gross, Dewsbury Hall, Bowen, or Rogers, Gross, Tav, Welbeck. It means starting double Brighton. What are your thoughts? Well, this was the wild card team I made. But yeah, I mean, Rogers is nice. So maybe you go... Maybe go Welbeck to DCL, and then you can do one of the mids up to Rogers. I think the first one's better. Yeah, the first one's better, Simon. Yeah, I'd go with that first one for sure. Bellman, thanks for the super chat. Milkman as well. He says best defender for 6.5 mil or under, Munoz or Saliba. Munoz or Saliba. It's really close because of the Munoz double game week, but I would say Saliba just about edges it. Like, he's better this week. Basically, 3 of the next 4 game weeks, Saliba's better. So surely Saliba. I would say Saliba. Thank you again, Akshat. Appreciate you. Alright, what do you guys think for King of the Game Week? Who's the top scorer? Game Week 35. It was Igor Jesus with 14 points in Game Week 34. Who are we saying this week? Who did I go on Discord? I can't remember who I picked. Stack, I think I went. I'll go Stack. Radaz says he's got 3 free transfers and Gabriel. Tavernier to Rice or nah. Nah, I wouldn't do it. Palace play next week in the Europa. They've just played yesterday as well in the Europa, so I think it's a perfectly good fixture for Tav. I definitely wouldn't sell him. DCL, Cherky, DCL. Oh, all these picks that I don't even have in my team. Cherky, DCL, Haaland, Gibbs White, Stack, Beal, Calvert-Lewin, Palmer. What flavour should we go with this week? We've got strawberry kiwi, white peach. That sounds quite good. I haven't had that one. White peach, strawberry kiwi, pear. Oh, or coconut. So coconut, white peach, or strawberry kiwi. Was there a fourth one? No, that was it. Oh, and pear. Maybe white peach. That sounds quite refreshing. I'm actually proper thirsty. White peach, yeah. Shout out Holy Energy, sponsors of the stream. I've been having, so on the streams, I've been having the energy ones, but they've got like 2 espresso shots in. And afterwards, I just have so much energy. Like, it's great if you have it a bit earlier in the day, but like, when I have them on these streams and it's like already evening, I just can't sleep at night. So I'm probably gonna, unless it's a morning stream, I'm not gonna do the because they do hydration, energy, iced tea, and dessert. I think it is. So these are just the hydration ones. So these are just electrolytes. So do check them out. 0 sugar, natural flavors. It's cheaper than buying soft drinks. And in the description there's coupons for, I think it's a tenner off, and there's also one for like a percentage off. I forget what, but they're also doing like a tenner off starter pack, so you can stack those discounts, and they genuinely taste very good as well. So shout out to Holy. That is very good. I always forget to put enough water though, so it's like really strong. But that's delicious. Quite sweet because I didn't put enough water in. Oh yeah, I pinned a link to the website as well if you want to check out the pin. uk.holy/focal. No, sorry, uk.holy.com/focal. Anyway, El Chiva says he's wildcard 35, bench boost 36. Henderson, Justin, Rice, or for Bruggen, Saliba, Sarr. I would say the first combination. Maybe Eze over Rice. Who would you guys go? Eze or Rice if you had to pick one? Because Eze's got the competition. Rice is nailed, but Rice hasn't hit DEFCON for like 6 games. He hasn't got goal involvement for like 5. So maybe Eze. Yeah, Eze. So Henderson, Justin, Eze. Yeah, everyone's saying Eze. Is it dangerous having 0 Arsenal this week, but the team looks good? I mean, it's a little bit risky, but like if your team looks good, you just need the players you own to match the points they get. You know, let's say Gabriel gets 6 points and maybe 8 of DEFCON, and you're playing Strike instead, and he gets a clean sheet DEFCON tonight. And it doesn't matter because he's matched him. It's just if it's one of those weeks where like Hill, Strike, O'Reilly concede, and people that have got double Arsenal defence keep a clean sheet, then it's a bit more painful. Just how it is sometimes. You can't have more in FPL, can you? If only we could. The busted flush, desperate punt on DCL captain, Tavernier or Hill. I think I saw. Oh, he's not there actually. DCL's not. Bogle's on the captaincy matrix in 5th place. Was anyone captain a Leeds defender? I'm surprised to see he's ahead of DCL. I don't know if I'd captain. He's not bad. Scoreline predictions for tonight's game, guys. Leeds v Burnley. Obviously, Scott Parker's also just left Burnley, and this is their first game without him. And it does seem like he was adored by the players, so I'm a little bit worried about it as someone that doesn't have any Leeds attack. Like, are Leeds going to batter them, or are we going to see something different from the Burnley team in light of the departure? I mean, you know, even when Parker was around, they were the worst team for expected goals conceded. So, I don't know. Like, imagine it's a 6-0 and we don't have any attackers. I say we. Me and those of you watching that don't have DCL. Lots of you do. Yeah, Rodon should be fine to start because of Gudmundsson's injury and the knock-on effect in the back line. 5-1, 6-0, 3-0, 3-1, 3-all. I think the reverse fixture was 2-0 Burnley, but Darlow brace tonight. Mate, if Darlow gets a brace tonight, I'll gift 1,000 memberships next stream. God, imagine they're 2-0 down. Darlow goes up in the 91st and scores, and they win a corner in the 95th, and he goes up and scores. And I've got 1,000 memberships to gift. Darlow brace. I mean, that would be a top. I don't know, top three all-time Premier League moment if Darlow scored a brace. What are the top all-time Premier League moments? You've got Aguero winning the title for City. You've got this is an older one, but that Cantona chip where he sort of just stood there like what? What are the most famous Premier League moments? You've got Pepe Reina in goal and the beach ball incident. Alisson goal definitely. Aguero! Absolutely legendary that. The Rooney bicycle kick, the Gerrard slip, that's a good one. Deeney, yeah, that's championship, but yeah, that was legendary. I'll let it slide because I'm near to Watford. Focal, Cantona karate kick, Balotelli, why always me? How about that one? Any others? Yeah, the Balotelli, why almost me? Oh, Bergkamp's goal versus Newcastle. I'm too young to. I mean, I've seen the video a million times, and it's like the best first touch you'll ever see. But yeah, that's definitely a famous one. Czech Tiote 4-all versus Arsenal, definitely. The company goal. Where's the music? Can you not hear it? How about that? Or is that too loud? The RVP volley, yeah, definitely. Ah, I've got another one. Arsene Wenger in the stands. Legendary one. When he got sent up to the stands. He like kicked a water bottle. Was it Mike Dean that was reffing? And he was like, you can't do that. Get up there. And he sent him up to the stands. And the photo is just iconic. Like, absolutely iconic photo of Wenger. Yeah, it was against Man United. And he sent him up to the stands. And that was the pose. He's just doing that. Like, are you happy now? Legendary. The Premier League. Best league in the world. Crouch robot dance. Oh, Adebayor trolling Arsenal. Didn't need reminding of that one. Your Papis Cisse. Yeah. Was that Czech as well? He just hit it. Absolute curler over Czech. Legendary. Collymore goal against Newcastle for 4-3. Arshavin's 4 goals against Liverpool. That's a good one. Oh yeah, Conte and Tuchel shaking hands. That was brilliant. Mate, I miss the Premier League having managers like that. I feel like the current batch, not that it's their job to entertain us, but like the current batch of Premier League managers just aren't as like, I don't know, dramatic as what we used to see. Making any transfers, Focal? No, I'm going to roll this week, to be fair. That's the plan. Right. Let's have a look at chat. Super chats. I think I missed a couple there. Yeah, SCH. How do I say your name? It's Hug? It says Palmer to Rogers or Semenyo to Cherky and Palmer to Saka. I don't think I'd do any of those this week. Yeah, I wouldn't sell Palmer for Forest home. I know but Rogers has got a really nice fixture, but I don't think I'd do that. I don't think I'd do Semenyo to Cherky. It's a bit of luxury as well. And Palmer to Saka can definitely wait. Vardy's goal against Liverpool. Beckham 96, halfway line against Wimbledon. The Suarez bite, the Gerrard slip. Klopp pulling his hamstring. Oh, mate, there's so many good moments you just almost forget, don't you, over the years? Absolute cinema. The special one. Diane Boya fighting. Company bomb. Wilshere versus Norwich. I think that might be the best goal I've ever watched live. I was watching it live and I was like, what have I just watched? I wish I could put the clip on the stream for those that haven't seen it, but look up Wilshere versus Norwich. Just unbelievable. Pep's Happy New Year. Yeah, what was that one? So happy. More than you believe. Happy New Year. Ah, Pep as well. Been a few Pep ones. Right, Capitano says reasons for not playing Brighton players. Because my starting 11 I just think have better fixtures in a nutshell. Yeah, Wenger ball at its finest for sure. More than you believe. Yeah. Have you never seen Dave Kitson's goal? Bednarek's FPL performance versus United losing 9-0. Yeah, okay, so what about the best FPL moments of all time? So those are like Premier League moments, but what about the best FPL moments ever? What about Salah? Didn't Salah get 29 points in one game against Watford? It could also do Salah in a few, like Salah blanking in that. Was it 8-0 or 9-0 against Bournemouth and Salah somehow blanked? For yours hat-trick against Burnley. The Dennis triple captain, definitely. Mate, the Dennis double game week. That was the first time I went to one of the FPL meetups. I was like, let's go along, see what it's all about. And it was actually the Watford double game week as well. And there were so many people there that had Dennis captain and triple captain. It was absolutely like the emotions in that room were running high. Very mixed emotions. I captained King, so I felt like I'd smashed it. Even though King ended up only getting like 3 points in the double, but somehow that felt like a haul. And I didn't triple him. That was the season I got rank 1. Salah blanking in the 9-0. John Stone's brace is a good one. I had him that week, that double. He got a brace in one game and kept a clean sheet in both. 21 points he got? Something like that? Or was it more? Can't remember. Haaland when he put 5 against Newcastle. Yeah, and also, Aguero. Aguero put 5 past Newcastle and he did it in like 63 minutes. You've never mentioned that you were FPL number 1 once. You know what? In my defence, I probably don't mention it. Well, I definitely don't mention it often, and probably not enough. Like, I haven't tweeted about it for years. You try and find any tweet from me about it. I've not mentioned it for years. But it comes up now and again in, like, streams for sure. Oh yeah, the Sir Alex balloon. Yeah, that was a good one. Anyway, let me catch up on chat. Apologies. Duncan said Wildcard 35, bench boost 36. He's got Bruno, Casemiro, Rodgers, Gross. Which one to bench? You're concerned about Watkins, Rodgers, possible rotation. I mean, it's possible. But the fixtures are so good. I think it's okay to have them. I didn't have either actually in my Wildcard 35. This is what I landed on when I was doing a draft. Which one to bench? So Gross out of those, yeah, because he's got Newcastle. Well, that was the wildcard I put together, if it helps. What's your plan, Oscar? I'm going to roll. That's my plan. The Man United triple game week. Oh, yeah. Triple game week. That was only the second triple game week ever. The other one, you might have seen my tweet, was like... It was 20 years ago, just a few days ago. Does that make sense? Didn't sound right the way I said it. A few days ago, it was 20 years ago on that day. I think we've only had 2 triple game weeks ever in FPL history. But Rob says, hey Oscar, I'm second in my mini league, 20 points behind. And no chips, 2 free transfers, not sure who to bench. Darlow, Verbruggen, Gabriel, Riley, Stroik, Hill, Bruno. Okay, so Bruno, Palmer, Semenyo, Tav. So is that 3-4-3? Yeah. So you bench Gross. You bench Verbruggen. You bench Hill. Who's the other one that's not here? Yeah, just play a 3-4-3. Verbruggen, Hill. Are you missing a defender there? Bench Verbruggen, Hill, Gross, and whoever else is missing. I think you missed one, or am I going crazy? But I would roll, yeah. You're in a good position to roll with that team. I think Stack's got a good chance of starting, because he came back from injury in the Cup. So I think he's got a strong chance of playing. What's happening with Semenyo? What do you mean? What's happening with Semenyo? Gordon says goalkeeper is Raya, Dubravka, Virgil O'Reilly. So your bench boosting in 35, triple captain in 36. So it's active now. 2 free transfers. You're thinking about Zobo to Turkey, Chow to Van Heck. What are your suggestions? So it's not the best bench boost fixture for Welbeck, is it? But yeah, maybe he's the best option because of the fixture in 35. Semenyo's not been pictured in training. Is that true? Not been in any training photos since the Southampton game. He said, sure it's nothing and he's fine, but slightly weird. And someone said he was at the training ground yesterday though, so obviously he could be there for any reason, but this was tweeted by Man City yesterday. Yeah, he wasn't in the squad, was he, against Southampton? The plot thickens. I mean, another reason why I'm definitely rolling this week. But he's there, arriving there. I mean, yeah. Well, we don't have any information, do we? So I'm not selling. You know, if he's out next week, then obviously I will, but not selling. You know, imagine it's a knock, then it's too valuable a free transfer. But yeah, Man City posted a photo of him arriving yesterday. Obviously, players can arrive and it can be for something else. Like they could be arriving and going to the physio, but so it doesn't that necessarily mean much. But yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see. They play on Monday, do they not? Yeah, they play on Monday as well. So there's an extra 3 days between now and then as well. If that's worth anything, could be. Yeah, has anyone spoke to Semenyo's barber? I can't believe how wide-reaching that ended up becoming in the end. Obviously, like the guy tagged FPL content creators. So then I tagged it, posted it, and then the guy said, "Please, can you delete that?" And I was like, "Okay, sure," deleted it. But by then, like it had already caught like wildfire, and then it was all over. Like BBC covered it, a few like papers covered it, and then it even reached, what's his name, the interim manager was asked about it in the press conference. So anyway, hopefully it hasn't cost him Cucurella as a customer. I don't know what he expected from it then, to share it like that and then not to want it shared. Don't think he thought further than a step ahead. Anyway, to go back to your question, Zobo to Cherky, yeah, I just can't think of another better defender than Chow. Maybe Hill. He's got Fulham away. O'Reilly. I think Van Heck's fine. And then he's got Leeds, Man United home on the last day. Yeah, I'm struggling to think of a better defender, Gordon, so I think that's fine, those moves, yeah. Yeah, go for it. Phantom Tweaker says, bench 1, Gabriel, O'Reilly, Justin, Senesi. It'd have to be Senesi on the clean sheet odds, but it's very, very close because Senesi's so good for DEFCON. Justin's got the goal threat. No, I think I'd bench Justin and play Senesi. Because is Justin going to be on it playing down the left? Is he right-footed? I always forget, but there's one side which isn't his good side, and he's far less threatening down and not preferred down. So Bogle would be right wing back, would he? And Justin left in Gudmundsson's absence. I might have got that back to front. But I'd play Senesi, I think, there. Just because of the DEFCONs, there's so much more likely with him. Like, he is literally the best defender in the league for DEFCON. 70% of games. Look at that. If we filter it to they've played in at least 40% of games, then Hill is just behind, to be fair. Palmer or Eze? Palmer. Semenya or Tavernier? Tavernier. Yeah, you're right. Justin's been getting a DEFCON as well, to be fair, but there's no way he's nearly as good. Yeah, 18% he's been getting it in. 18% of games. Gray says, Hill to Gabriel. I've got 4 free transfers. Senesi, Kadioglu, Beal and Nico Riley. I just think it can wait a week, but I don't dislike it with 4 free transfers. Because Kadioglu you want for the Wolves home game. You've got. I would do Senesi to Gabriel. I wouldn't do Hill. I would get rid of Senesi for the extra money that you free up. Yeah, I'd do Senesi to Gabriel. You've still got Hill for the defence there. You bench Kadioglu. Start Beal, Nico, Hill and Gabriel. Or bench Beal if you're playing a back 3. Duran says bench 1 out of Welbeck, Bowen, Zaboslai. It'd have to be Welbeck away at Newcastle, definitely. Kano says bench issue, start and bench order, 3 free transfers, 2.8 mil. So you start Darlow, Gabriel, Riley, Justin, Senesi. You bench Van Heck, Bruno, Palmer, Tavernier, Semenya, you bench Gross. And the last one would have to be Justin. So you bench Verbruggen, Justin, Van Heck and Gross. 13 Killen says, hi Oscar, can you help with my team? Darla, Gabriel, Stroika, Raleigh, Munoz, Hill, Gomez. On the bench you got 2 transfers, Palmer to Bruno. Yeah, I would do Palmer to Bruno. Is the bench fine? It's the only chip you've got left. Yeah, bench looks good. So using it in 36 or using it this week. But is Gomez not injured? So you're going to have to sell Gomez. But other than that, yeah, it looks good. Ash, thank you for the 33 months. Ash says bench Senwell or Tav. Is that... Who's Sen? Oh, Senesi. Please, Oscar, go. I'm guessing that's Senesi, right? Not Semenyo. Sen, Welbeck or Tav. I would bench Welbeck out of those 3. Start Senesi and Tav. Nair11 says stick with Walker 33, bench boost 34, bench boost 35, or get Palace assets. It really depends on your bench, ultimately. Palace assets are actually irrelevant, because you're not going to bench Palace players in 36, are you? So actually, just look at your bench for 2 weeks and use it whichever week has the stronger looking bench. Because it's impossible to have more than 6 players doubling, the double game week is actually irrelevant to the bench boost, if that makes sense. Senesi or Hill? Hill for the money saved. Alex says, hi Oscar, I'm using my wildcard this week. I'm unsure if Rodgers, Tavernier, and whether to have 3 Palace assets. Also, I still have the bench boost triple captain, when to use them. So if you still got the triple captain, use it on Haaland in 36, and you'll have to bench boost in 37. So this was the wildcard draft I made, but it will look a bit different if you've still got the bench boost to use in 37 rather than 36, because Welbeck you don't have. You'd get rid of Welbeck and you'd go DCL instead. So swap Welbeck to DCL. And I think I'd go 2 Palace instead, because you want to sell them in 37. Yeah. Because either way you're bench boosting single game week players. But you want a triple captain, a double game week player. So therefore it makes sense to bench boost in 37. Prince Farouk says, welcome back. Welcome back for another deadline stream. Team is Darlow, Riley, Gabriel Hill, Palmer, Semenyo, Tavernier, Bruno, Haaland, DCL. You brought in Thiago. Okay, benches for Brugge, Matoma, Van Heck, Gummerson. Yeah, looks good. Looks good, Prince. Don't need to change anything there. Bench looks right to me as well. Leave it as is. Good to go. J Banduve, Cherky captain, another City lads, but you got Bruno. I'd rather Bruno over Cherky. I mean, Cherky wasn't even in the top 5 on the captaincy matrix. It was Haaland, Bruno, 5 stars. Thiago, Palmer, Bogle, 4 stars. DCL was probably on 4 as well, but we've only got the top 5 here. I would go Bruno personally. Mark says, hi Oscar, I'll play 3 at the back. Which one to bench out of Gordon, Semenyo, Ampadu, Palmer, Tavernier, Welbeck, Pedro? 2 free transfers. Okay. Probably bench Welbeck out of those. It's hard to say if Gordon, he is back in training, so surely he starts. So I would say Welbeck away at Newcastle has to miss out. Yeah. Luke says he's got Beale, Senesi, Hill. Start Beale or double Bournemouth defence. I think just because of the slight doubt on Beale, I probably wouldn't risk it. I think he's got a good chance of playing based on the fact that Goodmanson's out and he was photographed training. Don't know if it was today or yesterday, but he was photographed. So I think there's a fair chance Beale comes in. I guess it'd be him or Bornau. But I would just go double Bournemouth defence and just remove the headache, you know. FPL Mikel says bench João Pedro or Tavernier. Get Thiago 3 free transfers. It's not bad though, Forest home for João Pedro. And then who are you benching if you get Thiago? I wouldn't want to bench Tavernier. I would just bench João Pedro. There might be a different forward you'd rather get. Like next week with 4 moves, maybe you've got the luxury of going Welbeck home to Wolves for 1 week, you know? Alex says he's got Gordon. Who do you prefer, Eze or Rodgers? I'd pick Rodgers if I had to pick one. Just because the next 2 fixtures are so unbelievable. You like the background music? Thank you. This is a song I made. It's just called Glow. It's based on, if anyone knows, Bicep. Based on Bicep Glue. I saw them live at Glastonbury and they were excellent. Carcosa says bench one out of João Pedro, Stroik, Tavernier or Semenyo. It's between Stroik and João Pedro, and I'd probably bench Stroik and favour the attacker there. Start João Pedro, Tavernier, Semenyo. Tian says, exact defence as you. Is it worth bringing in Gabriel for Senesi? Not sure who to bench. You got Cavalier, not Thiago. You got Stroik and not Beale. Unless you've got loads of transfers, I wouldn't do it. I've decided I'm going to delay a week just to get an extra transfer banked and then decide what to do. Glow is not on the Focal playlist. Yeah, I mean, this is in Spotify, but you can like add songs from your own like folders in Windows to your Spotify library, so that's all I've done here. The best bit's coming up in this song. Right, scout selection. How many players have you guys got? They've got Darlow, Gabriel, O'Reilly, Truffer, Bruno, Captain, Sakareze, Cherky, Haaland, Watkins and Calvert-Lewin. I'm surprised they've got Saka. He's come off the bench in the league and the Champions League, and he's not started since returning from injury. I would have gone Gyökeres, but I guess, yeah, Watkins, the front three is good. You got 7. So I'll have Darlow, O'Reilly, Bruno, Haaland. I've only got 4. Yeah, just 4 for me. You got 4 as well. Okay. 6. And we've also got the team of the week on FPL.page. Let's see how that differs. This uses FPL reviews data, so it's not picked by me or anything. It's just the team that it spits out, the best team for the week. So this team is Raya, Bogle, Gabriel, Justin, Senesi. I guess you guys have got more of these, haven't you? Raya, Bogle, Gabriel, Justin, Senesi, Bruno, Palmer, Tavernier, Calvert-Lewin, Haaland and Thiago. I reckon most of you have got like 6 or 7. Maybe 8. You got 6 of those. So I'll have Raya, Bruno, Palmer, Tav, Haaland, Thiago. Oh yeah, I've got 6 actually. More than the scout selection. Oh yeah, captain poll. 70% Haaland, 19% Bruno, 7% DCL, 4% other. Right, new poll. How many transfers is he making this week? None, 1, 2, 3 or more. D-Lang says he's undecided between Truffer or Beale. Got O'Reilly and Gabriel as starters. Leeds have got better clean shots. Will Beale play? Yeah, I just probably wouldn't risk it, just in case he doesn't. Or if he starts and comes off early. So I'd go Truffer, D-Lang. Kano says, tell me who to bench between Justin... telling me to bench Justin versus Burnley is criminal. It depends on your team, but I think in some situations it makes sense. So you've got Verbruggen. Well, yeah, I guess... You bench Senesi, Van Heck, and Gross. Bruno, yeah, but who was your Bruno F, Palmer, Tavernier, Semenyo, Gross? Yeah, so you bench Gross. Yeah, fair enough. If you want to start Justin, that's okay. You start Senesi, you bench Senesi, Van Heck, Gross, and Verbruggen. Yeah, no, that's okay to start Justin. Shoot Hamid says, good luck everyone, have a great weekend. You too, have a good one. Ant says, can you show your wildcard team for the bench boost 37? I'll be honest, it'd be difficult to think on the spot with 37, but let me just have a look at who's got the best fixtures and what I would change here. Because I don't think you'd have Welbeck. So 37, who's got the best fixtures? So I think you'd go Calvert-Lewin. Dewsbury Hall, like that. Because then Calvert-Lewin has got Brighton home, Dewsbury Hall's got Sunderland home. Maybe that's it actually. Possibly you wouldn't go triple Palace defence unless you've got the transfers to remove them. They've got Brentford away, so it's not terrible. So I suppose you could go triple still and then sell 1, maybe 2 and 37. Yeah, I think that's all I would change. And 37... Thiago's got Palace home, so that's better. Yeah, maybe that's it, in fact. Yeah. That was easier than I thought it'd be. Those are the only changes. Don't forget to hit subscribe, by the way, if you're enjoying the stream, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Question from Marin. He says, Rogers or Tavernier or Okafor? Really close, this. I definitely wouldn't go Okafor, just because of the doubt over him. Rogers versus Tavernier. If money's no object, then Rogers. But Tavernier is really nice, because I think he's still going to share. I know Krupi took the last one, but I still think he's going to share pens, and he's got like the set pieces, corners, and he's playing Palace, which is in between the two legs. So I really like Tavernier. I think he's quite a nice option this week, but I guess Rogers has got even better fit. Oh my god, we've just been gifted 50 memberships from Tim. Tim! For the 50 gifted memberships. Holy shit, Tim, thank you so much for the 50 gifted. Welcome to all the new members. Tim's on a mad one. He is. Tim, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate you. How's the team looking? Tim's wildcarded this week. Tim, thanks very much. Welcome to all the new members. Make sure you spam in chat and you might be able to get one of those as they randomly get allocated to people chatting. Thank you, Tim, for the 50 gifted memberships. Appreciate you. Yeah, if anyone's a member and not in the Focal Discord, there's a link in the description because you can get access to the members channel completely free if you're a member. And you get other perks like early access to videos, the little badge by your name, the members badges. So yeah, welcome to all the new members, courtesy of Tim. Appreciate you, Tim. Tim's on a mission, by the way. He's like 15 points off the top spot in his league. Top of the league has still got the wild card, but Tim's got wild card and bench boost. So can Tim make the comeback? I said it's doable because he's got the bench boost and the top spot doesn't. The comeback is on. He absolutely battered them last season. So if he does it, he does the double. I think they'll be sick of him. There's a question from Oblivia. Said, I've got a similar team. You've got Beal, Gross, Van Heck and Senesi. Do I bench 3, spend a transfer or roll for 3 transfers next week? Thoughts on Sar/Mateta for 36 double? Struggling to focus now after Tim. Beal, Gross, Van Heck, Senesi. Do I bench 3, spend a transfer or roll to 3 free transfers? Yeah, roll. I would roll for sure. Yeah, I'm not keen on Sar and Mateta. Mateta's got Strand Larsen for competition. Sar's been benched in 2 of the last 3. I like Sar more than Mateta, but probably just the defenders if I was going to buy any Palace players. Don't know if you guys agree with that, but I think if I was going to get any, it'd be defenders. So 49% rolling this week. So let's do a poll on the Palace doublers. Who's the best one? Who's the best Palace double Gameweek player? Lacroix, Munoz, Sar or other? Poll is up. SW said Senesi to Saliba, 2 free transfers. You're 0.1 mil short of Senesi to Gabriel. No, I'd just save it. Senesi's alright this week. I would leave Senesi. Palace home's not bad. And maybe you'll find a way to do it for free next week instead. Mr. Lowy says, would you go Henderson and Stack or Darlow Rice? Henderson Stack. Osama says Cunha to Gibbs White -4. No, for a -4, I probably would swerve Gibbs White. He's played Sunderland, then he played Burnley. He's got some much tougher games coming up. Plus, they've got the Europa League. So I don't think I'd have Gibbs White. I definitely wouldn't take a -4 for him. Like, if you really want a -4 someone that's got the chance to repay it the next 2 weeks, it'd probably be Rodgers. That's about it. Or obviously like a City mid if you're not tripled up. Piglet Dog says, Tavernier, Hill, Enzo, João Pedro, bench 2. I would go Enzo and Hill out of those. CFC Ayumido says, hi Oscar, what's the best 5-man wildcard midfield? The 5 that I had was Cherky, Tavernier, Wilson, Bruno, Dewsbury Hall. But it depends on if you're using a chip or not in 36 or 37, because this was the Gameweek 37 bench boost wildcard. If you're bench boosting 36 instead, you go Welbeck, he's got Wolves home. And then Stack, and you play Stack this week. That's the 36 bench boost wildcard, if that makes sense. But there's lots of players I've not included that you can make a good case for, like Eze. You could go triple City attack with Semenyo, Rodgers. There's quite a few good players that just aren't in this one that are perfectly valid. And to be fair, this has got 1.3 mil on the bank, so you know you might have even more depending on your team value. Tim, thanks again, mate, for the 50 gifted. Did he say anything in the chat? I didn't see. Not sure. It's buried in chat now if he did. Kano says, how about I go 4-3-3 bench Tav? Definitely wouldn't bench Tav, Kano. Like I was saying earlier, he's got Palace home. Palace played yesterday in Europa. They play next week, which is their priority. They might rotate. Bournemouth home are really, really good generally this season. You know, Tav's got probably 50-50 on pen share, corners, free kicks. I wouldn't bench Tav. P. Shanman says, start Rice or Tavernier or switch to a back 3. Gabriel, O'Reilly, Gehi and strike at the moment. Darlow in goal. I would start Tavernier over Rice. And I wouldn't switch to a back 3. Tavernier or Hill, I'd start Tav. Rice or Eze. I think Eze, actually. Eze. FCX Sean, thanks for the 43 months. He says, better captain this week out of João Pedro and Palmer. If I really had to pick one, I'd say Palmer, but I wouldn't do it. I think Haaland and Bruno. If you want to differentiate from Haaland, Bruno's the one. Kian says, thoughts on Cunha and Semenyo to Cherky Saka? It's potentially too early to go Saka. He's come back from injury. He's come off the bench last league game. He's come off the bench in the Champions League. Realistically, what's his minutes going to look like this game week? Like, if you're lucky and he gets a start, you know, it could be 60 minutes for all we know. Or maybe he gets a cameo again, and then Arteta starts him against Atletico to try and get that second leg over the line. Juskinen says Saka's shite without the guaranteed pens. So yeah, it's just a week too early, I think, to make those two moves, honestly. SW says start one between Scott Hill, Gross or Van Heck. I'd say Hill out of those. Scott's a very close second best. Well, Stoney says Senesi to Gabriel, 3 free transfers. Rival is plus 12 points with the same team. And you've got 3, yeah, with 3 free transfers, and if the rival's got the same team, then yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, I don't mind that. Saka's been poor all season, so it's a hard no for me. He's actually done alright in terms of his output and like points per game and all this sort of thing. But yeah, I understand what you mean. He's not like captain material, and he's priced like someone that you should be considering captaining, but I mean, maybe in 37 if you need a mega differential captain, Saka's definitely the best that week. Bench Virgil or Dewsbury Hall? I've had bench Dewsbury Hall there. Right, let's have a quick look at the most transferred players. The most bought player is Cherky, 600,000. And then it's Gibbs White. And then it's Haaland. Then it's O'Reilly. Calvert-Lewin, Bowen, Gabriel, Okafor, Raya, Munoz. And the most sold is João Pedro. And then Wilson, Timber. People still got Timber. I swear he's not played since like March. Maybe he did play last month, can't remember. Semenyo, Van Dijk, Ekatike, Gordon and Bumo, Watkins, Cunha. Yeah, fair enough. Oh yeah, goal scorer odds. I always forget to look at these, but in pure goal scoring odds, DCL's actually second. Haaland's top, 0.81 goals. And then DCL. The odds assume they start. Obviously in Mecha, not expected to. Or not predicted to. Thiago, Evan Nilsson, João Pedro still up there, Gyökeres, Palmer, Sesko, Watkins, Robbie, Saka. Koa says Cunha to Eze, Cucurella to Gabriel, or roll and do it in Game Week 36. I mean, they're both good upgrades this week. Cunha's a doubt. Cucurella potentially could just play. It's hard to say about knowing the rest of your midfield. I don't know. Who would you guys? How would you rank the next three midfielders, guys? Eze, Tavernier, Rodgers. How would you rank those best or worst for the run-in? So it was Eze, Tavernier, Rodgers, best or worst. Like, Eze's good, but is he right up there? I don't know if he is. He's not bad though. It's just like he's got the competition. There's the Champions League. I think Erdegaard's a slight doubt, so I'm expecting him to start. It's quite hard to rank them actually. See, look, Richard's got to Eze last. So is Mr. Lowy. This is what I'm saying. So is Benji. They've all got Eze last, but maybe you've got those other two players. Vance has got Eze first. So I don't know if I'd do Cunha to Eze. Maybe I'd do Tavernier or Rodgers instead, and then I'd still do the Cucurella out move. I think those are two good moves. It's worth doing. Maybe not Eze. Like maybe you could go Tavernier, and then that gives you money for someone else to Eze in 37. It might just be worth leaving that Arsenal slot and decide later. Because you think about it, you could buy Eze now. And then he's benched next game week, or he's benched in 36, and then you're like, oh, for God's sake, I've got Eze, and he's a massive starting risk right before Burnley home. So I think it's not a bad idea to leave an Arsenal slot open. Maybe you end up just wanting to get another defender. Maybe Timber's back, you know. So that's the only one I'm not sure on, but I would say otherwise good moves. John says 4 free transfers, João Pedro and Ampadu to DCL and Sarr. No, I'm not so keen on that. Feels a little bit sideways. João Pedro, he's a weird one, isn't he? He's so hit and miss. Like he went through that patch where he had like, what was it, like 10 goals and 8 assists in 8 games or something, and then he hasn't done anything since. But he could just get back to that form. And then Ampadu's got Burnley home, so I don't know if that's worth it. And Sarr also, I feel like is a bit risky for the double, certainly this week as well. Koa says he's got Bruno, Hinshelwood, Palmer, Semenyo. Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So if you get someone else other than Eze now, it could be Hinshelwood to Eze in 37. Do you see what I mean? You still get Hinchelwood home to Wolves in 36, and then Hinchelwood could be the one that goes to... Yeah, so I'd go Tavernier. Tavernier and Gabriel in. And then you'll have money for Hinchelwood to Eze in 37 for Burnley home. Any leaks? I doubt it. Let me check. I don't think we get Leeds leaks, do we? Okafor posted on his story. I guess that's something. So did Beal, by the way, but you know it doesn't necessarily mean something. But there's Okafor's story. Nothing there. Yeah, I don't think we'll get anything. I'm not sure if there's ever Leeds leaks anyway, to be fair. Oh, Jump the Waves posted her predicted lineups. Is there any particular players you guys are not sure on in terms of their minutes this game week? So for Arsenal, yeah, Eze's 100% there, but I still maintain that point about buying him in 37 instead. Start with Tav. Saka, interestingly, only 2 people are not predicting him to start. Stack. Okay, I don't know if there's a Leeds one or not, but let's check. Rodgers is in all but one. Watkins is in all. Brighton. Yeah, like we've got Hinchelwood and Gross looking good there. Welbeck's looking good. Mitoma. Chelsea, pretty much all fine. Liverpool a little bit more. Yeah, it's whether Alisson's back or not. Oh, there's no Leeds one, I'm afraid to say. There's only 5 predictors for City. Man United. Yeah, look, it's really split on Cunha. 44% Cunha. Newcastle. Also really split. I mean, look at the uncertainty in the Newcastle predictions. Where's Gordon? 30% say Gordon starts. I mean, Spurs, yeah, whatever. Yeah, there's no Leeds one, I'm afraid. I don't know if there's anywhere you can get Leeds predicted lineups, but... Someone predicted Lewis Skelly, did they? Hey, we'll see. Is Sarah minutes risk? Well, he's been benched in 2 of the last 3, so he's definitely a risk. Definitely a risk. He's super high upside. Like, if Strand Larsen starts, he'll be on pens. And he's, like, really explosive, isn't he? But he is a risk. The yeah, whatever on Tottenham made you chuckle. OPME, thanks for the 2 months, says, hey, Focal, got the same team. Start one out of Gabriel and Krupi Jr. Definitely. I mean, Gabriel you start in every game. You never bench Gabriel. I think like the only scenario I could even think of would be like if Krupi's got Burnley home and Gabriel had City away. But other than that, it's just you basically set and forget start Gabriel. How are the bees, Oscar? They're not here yet. I'm getting them in about 2 months. A family friend came over a few days ago and they do beekeeping, so I'm going round theirs next Thursday to kind of learn or do a bit of hands-on because I've only like watched videos, so that'd be good to do some hands-on beekeeping. But yeah, they're not here yet. It'll be first week of July they arrive probably. Your dad used to do beekeeping. Maybe if I proper ramp up the operation, I'll have to start selling Focal honey. Even with one hive, I'm pretty sure you get something crazy like 50 jars of honey. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. Maybe I'll do a giveaway, one every game week. 38 jars of honey, 38 jars of Focal honey for whoever does the King of the Game Week prediction correct. No one got Igor Jesus last week. 14 points. Buying the Focal honey. I mean, that would be the most left field YouTube merch to sell honey. Joel says he's got... Oh, sorry. There's a question also from... Adam. He said, is Senesi to Gabriel worth it with 2 free transfers? I think it's worth rolling, Adam, to get to 3. Yeah, welcome back for another honey. I would roll to 3 free transfers. Like, obviously Arsenal's clean sheet odds are good, but it's not like Bournemouth's are bad or Leeds are bad, or, you know, if you've got O'Reilly, you want to play him. So it just doesn't feel like a massive upgrade. And obviously it can end up being that way if, like, Gabriel smashes it this week and the others concede. But I just think having 3 free transfers would be such a good position for you heading into the double. Because you can decide about Palace players, or you could just, you know, buy Gabriel and maybe end up buying a couple more Arsenal players in 37. I would personally leave it. That's my plan. My plan is to roll. This is my team. And I'm rolling this week. Oscar says Van Dijk to O'Reilly. Yeah, I would do that. That's a good upgrade. Joel says he's got 4 transfers, pretty much the same team, bar Thiago, 0.1 mil. What are your thoughts? Yeah, again, like, I'm planning to roll. So if you've got pretty much the same lineup, then it's a roll. Especially with 0.1 mil. So you haven't got many... I haven't got much wiggle room. Oh, we got 10 gifted memberships from Prince Farouk as well. Appreciate you. Thank you very much, Prince Farouk. Thank you again, Tim and Prince Farouk. Welcome to the 10 new members. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for the support. Do you think there's any risk on Semenyo? Well, yeah, I mean, if he's not been spotted in training photos... It was photographed arriving at City, but, you know, that could have been for other reasons. So maybe there's a slight risk. He wasn't in the Southampton squad. It's so unlike him to get injured. Am I making up? Yeah, look at his injury record. Yeah, this is crazy. Look at Semenyo's injury record. So this season, he missed 1 game with illness. Before that... Might not fit. Before that, the last time he missed a game was the 21-22 season with knee problems. So you'd have to go back... That was March 2022. So you'd have to go back 4 years, the last time that he missed any football outside of an illness. Because you can't count illness. So yeah, like, in terms of his availability, he's just up there with the best. And obviously it's still possible for those players to get injured. You know, look at Bruno this season. He got that knock. He's Iron Man. So, you know, it could be I don't know, it could be any reason. It could be personal reasons, or maybe he has got a knock, but I'm keeping him. I'm definitely not selling, you know, unless there's like some leak. But they play on Monday as well, so... They play on Monday, so that's also another few days. So there wouldn't be a leak, actually. Unless it's a leak, he's actually properly injured. But there's not going to be a leak about him not starting or being benched or whatever. Pipley says, bro, I even have more injuries than him. Out injured for a bee sting. OPM, thanks for the super chat as well. Thank you very much. 20 minutes till deadline. Thank you all for tuning in. We've got just over 2,000 watching. Keep the questions coming. Welbeck or Tavernier? Tavernier. Okafor news. He's a doubt. Farker just said he's a doubt. He posted on his Instagram story, if you want to read into that at all. Doesn't necessarily mean anything. Could mean he's in the squad. Could just be him posting regardless. Could be the media team and it doesn't mean anything. But he's a doubt. He's not totally ruled out. Just a doubt is what he said. Senesi or Maguire? Senesi. Van Dijk or Mukiele? I think you go Mukiele against Wolves, yeah. Oh yeah, so best Palace player, 53% Munoz, 28% Lacroix, 15% Sarr, 4% other. How many chips have you got left after this deadline? None, 1. I mean, if anyone's got 3, I'll leave it on the poll. You've probably left it too late if you're sitting on 3 chips. Oh god, did you see the Disaster of the week. Let me find it on the menu. This is one of the most painful ones ever. So he was 6k. He missed the deadline and he got a red arrow to 52k. That is devastating. Like, you're bossing all your leagues. You're on for a top 10k finish. And then you miss the deadline. Still got your free hit in your pocket. And you get 0 points. That is honestly one of the most painful FPL teams I've ever seen. And I do the post every week on the lowest scoring manager. Well, we call it the TWAT. The worst active team abbreviation. But that is absolutely killer. I mean, it's still a good rank. 52k is still great, but it's just pretty devastating, isn't it, to get 0 points from missing a deadline. Of all the weeks to miss a deadline as well. Like, I mean, who knows what's going on? Maybe he's got like some serious issue. Maybe he got hit by a bus, or I don't know. Anything could be going on. But I was going to say, why wouldn't you just make your team right at the start of the game week if you're definitely free hit him? Like, as soon as the deadline passed, I activated my free hit. Skill issue. I mean, it could be a skill issue. It could be he's dead. Who knows? Maybe he just missed the deadline somehow. But yeah, that's brutal. Was he in jail? Yeah, he could have been arrested. He could be in jail. Or maybe he just wanted to be the worst active team and get the shout out. How do you find these? I've got it's on my website. If you got the Focal app, go on the menu. There's an option called TWAT, which shows you the worst active team. It's also got ones like the highest ranked team that's made the fewest transfers. Bench disaster. 33 points. Ouch. But they've free hits, so that one's not so bad, I guess. But yeah. If anyone's not got the Focal app, FPL Focal in the App Store. The app is free. There's a link in the description as well. Do install it. FPL Focal in the App Store. Loads of free widgets on there. There's also a few premium tools that hides the ads, dashboard customization. If you want to support it for like, I think it's like 77p a week. I guess it will come up here. Yeah, 77p. If you want to support it, we've got some really cool stuff in the works. Almost 500,000 managers use it now, which is an insane number. Rice versus Eze. Yeah, we were talking about this one earlier, and I would say Eze. The day I installed your app was better than my wedding day. I'll have to add some like vouchers, or what's it called where you have quotes from users on the website. I'll have to include that one. That is some feedback. TWAT, brilliant abbreviation that is. It goes perfect, doesn't it? The worst active team. Sonny says, Sup Oscar, how we doing, mate? Welcome to the stream. Trafford or Hill? I would go Hill for the Defcons. Now we're talking about triple captain strategy. Well, the plan is to use it in 36. That's what people are doing that still have it. Testimonial section. Yeah, that's it. That's the word I was looking for. Testimonials. It's actually not a bad idea. Because, like, so many content creators use it. I'd never ask them to, like, shout it out or anything, but so many of them use it. Sometimes they do shout it out. It'd be good to just get a few quotes and stick it on the site. Thanks, Oscar. You're a legend. Thank you very much. Appreciate you too. Planning the chat says, how are you, Oscar? Still in the Focal Cup. Round of 16. Wow, fair play. Testimonial sounds like a school thing. It's also what the players do when they reach 10 years at a club. Maybe I'll have to have a testimonial match when I reach my 10th year doing content, and I'll set up a match between FPL YouTubers. I'll do like Team Focal versus Team Harry. Harry's actually quite good at football. I'd probably have him on my team. Team Focal versus Team Let's Talk FPL. I don't know if Andy would be up for that either, to be fair. Alright, Team Focal versus Team Raptor. He reads every message, but not mine. I don't read them all. There's just too many, and I'm trying to not miss super chats. Like, there's one here, Esteban. Sorry I missed that. He says, on Wildcard 35, bench boost 36, Wilson or Gross? Raya, Gabriel, Celebro, Riley, Bruno, Tavernier, Cherky, Anderson, Haaland, DCL, Bowen, Henderson, Van Heck, Munoz. Are you missing a bench player there? Looks good though. Yeah, good team. Really, really strong team. I like it. I like the Bowen pick. Yeah, nice. Yeah, Ross is. I don't know what his PhD is in, but he is. Yeah. Don't take it personal. When I say he reads every message, but not mine, he reads it. Got you again. No, it's just sometimes there's like I get lots of super chats. Like it's a nice problem to have, but I just miss lots of messages in chat. I've actually genuinely thought about switching them off completely, but I don't know if that's... obviously, it's a terrible idea in terms of then the streams don't earn anything, but also I'm conflicted about it in the first place, about having super chats from people. Yeah, I'm a bit conflicted about them. I never mentioned it in the stream before, but like it's really nice to get support from people, but I'm also like... I don't know how to articulate it, but I'm a bit weird sometimes about... like people giving me their hard-earned cash, because normally I just get paid from people watching videos, and the only thing you pay is your time. So like it means so much to get support from people like this, but part of me also thinks turn it off. But then, yeah, I don't know. I've got to sit on that one still. You know, Penguin. I don't know his name. Is it Penguin Zero? What's his actual name? He did it. He turned them off permanently. But it's a big call to make, I guess. I'd have to stick with it. FPL Madrid, he says Palmer or Tavernier. I mean, if I had to pick one, Palmer for sure. Palmer. Prince Farouk says, please leave it. I don't mind sending you super chats. Moist Critical, that's it. Yeah, I forgot his name. That's the one. Like, obviously, I still have to like earn a living from that. Like, you just said you're not in it for the money. I still have to like pay bills and stuff, but it's only up to a certain point. Like, I almost never take sponsorships. Like last season, I literally took one, and I've taken one this season, which is Holy, because I've got a wedding to pay for. So, can you blame me? But like last season, I literally took one the whole year. Literally one. My agent literally got rid of me because they were like, "What's the point?" Which is fair enough because yeah. Anyway, leave it on. You deserve it, Oscar. Less than 10 minutes to go. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Let me take a screenshot of my team. Post that on socials. Gameweek 35. Rolled the transfer. There we go. Rolled to 2 free transfers. Good luck, everyone. It is Gameweek 35, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. Schedule post. Text Tom not to forget another deadline. Yeah, he missed the last deadline, didn't he? But he still had a pretty strong free hit. Yeah, he's smashing it, unsurprisingly. Tom's like 5k. He's overtaken me. Also, you don't make any money during the season break. There is that, actually, yeah. That's the part, like, everyone forgets. Like, in what is it, like 4 weeks, the season ends. And then, like, yeah, that's it. There's, like, no income. But, obviously, I'm used to it, and I just save up during the season to make sure I'm okay during the summer. Because for, like, 6 weeks or 2 months, you don't get anything. That's just how it is doing YouTube full time for FPL. It's part and parcel of the game. Any update on Beal? So he was photographed training. This wedding is sponsored by Holy. Hey, I'm up for it. Holy, I'd love to have you sponsor the wedding. Do check them out. Play double Bournemouth defence or just one with Dango? 4-3-3. I would play Dango. feel like you give Dango a start. Double defense is nice, but Dango's got more upside, hasn't he? Do World Cup streams. It's going to be a holy wedding. No, I'm definitely not doing anything in terms of like content in the off season, to be honest with you. I tend to just reset over the summer. Like normally my reset is like I'll do Glastonbury and I'll do a holiday with Miss Focal. But this year, stag do, getting married. It's all going on. What's holy? It's energy drink. They come in little sachets. You just tear it off the top, put it in water, give it a shake. Zero added sugar. Low calorie. It's cheaper than an energy drink. It's something like 50p. Yeah, and they sponsor the channel. And it's very tasty as well. So I recommend them. Live stream the stag do. I'm going to have a word with the guys, like particularly Ross, because he's coming. And I don't want him to be posting anything that should not be making the internet. Like, there's some funny ones from Harry in a group chat. Uncle, I've been subbed since 2021. Notice me. You are noticed. You want blackcurrant Coley now. Start Hill or Justin? I would go Justin. Final look at the clean sheet odds and projected goals. So it's a two-way tie at the top, Leeds and Arsenal. Then City, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Sunderland, Brentford, Villa. Leeds, City, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Brentford, Man United on the projected goals. Virgil or Porro, start and bench. Probably start Virgil. I personally wouldn't bench João Pedro with your team, Kano. Any Rodon team news? I expect Rodon to start because of Goodmanson being out. Yeah, I think Rodon will start. Beale's harder to guess. I think he's got a good chance. 75-25, I would say, if I had to predict. Because Goodmanson's out. And Beale was photograph training, so I think he's got a good chance. So I actually think Beale does start. If I had to put my neck on the line and predict, I'll say he does. But it's really hard to get a gauge on it, but that's my prediction. Dango or Semenyo? Semenyo. Who's the best pick from Coventry City? You know what, I couldn't say much about Coventry, to be honest with you. Scott or Tavernier? Tavernier. I've got some studying to do on the promoted teams for next pre-season content. Ampadu or Palmer? Palmer. Okafor or Bruno? Bruno. Oh, sorry. John says start one. Welbeck, Hill or Ampadu? Hill, John. Palmer or Tavernier? Palmer. Oh, Jagannath says bench Hill or Enzo. I think on current form, and I guess the positions Enzo's taken, I would lean towards Hill starting there. Start Hill, bench Enzo. Dango or Ryan? I would start Ryan. Eze or Hill? Eze. Gross or Evan Ilson? Evan Ilson. Justin captain. Oh yeah, let's do a final captain poll. We've only got 3 minutes. By the time I get this written and typed up and hit enter, you might have 2. Who is your captain? So we'll go Haaland, Bruno Fernandes. I'm just going to put other because I think there's so many others that are, you know, pretty close. Like Calvert-Lewin, Thiago. Some might be going Cherky. Is there anyone else? Maybe someone's going O'Reilly. I don't know. Gabriel, yeah, Gabriel's not a bad shout. Palmer. James says, would you sub if you had Gabriel instead of Beale? You mean make a transfer to start Gabriel? Depends on who your depth is beyond Beale. Probably. It's so hard to call this one. Probably wouldn't. It means I'd sell Beal for Gabriel, if that's what you're saying. I would do Beal to Gabriel, unless you've got one free transfer, then I wouldn't. My team. No, I would leave it. Sorry. Oh, who would you sub? Sorry, got you. Hill. I mean, there's a lot of players you can make a case for. You can make the case for João Pedro, Semenyo, but I tend to just favour the attackers when it's like that. So I would start Gabriel over Hill. If you wanted to hedge and bench Struijk, you know, if you're protecting rank or mini league, I don't know where you are, James, in terms of that. You can play Hill and bench Struijk, if that makes sense. So then you've got coverage of both defences. That's also fine. So you could just base it on that. But the upside play is definitely to go double Lee's defence and bench Hill. But if you want to hedge, whether you're happy with rank or if you want to protect a mini league and others have got Bournemouth defence, then you go one of each and bench Struijk. So go accordingly. But you've got about 30 seconds, everyone. FPL Zycle says seconds. We haven't got long to go. Ash says like the stream, folks, please. It's been a cracking stream. I've enjoyed it. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. About 20 seconds and then we've got 3 more deadlines to go. Can you believe it? The season ends this month. Who's winning the league, guys? Arsenal or Man City? Captain poll final results: 82% or 81% Haaland, 8% Bruno, 11% other. Are you watching any of the games? I'll watch tonight's game. I've been invited to go into London to see some old mates that are Arsenal fans to watch the game. So I don't know. I might end up... I don't even know if the 3 o'clocks are televised anyway. But I'll definitely be watching Arsenal regardless. FPL Hawley raid. Yeah, we could go raid Hawley. Oh, he's got good viewership now. Let's go send him some love. He's a really, really nice, down-to-earth guy. So I do recommend checking him out. He's still finding his feet with YouTube. We've been talking in DMs, giving him a few tips and stuff like that. So we're going to play the outro song and we'll go over to FPL Hawley. Thank you as always for tuning into the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you get a big green arrow this week. And we'll wrap up there. There's a link in the chat. Spam Focal Raid in this chat. Click the link in the chat right now. Go over to there and spam Focal Raid in Hawley's chat. Good luck, everyone. That is it from me. Focal out.
De Bruyne's corner.